We are now live. This is really exciting. First show, no viewers, but
Takes coming at you right at home
yeah, live from my
or in
dorm
your car.
in Miami and live from Penn State University. Got your co-hosts Ben Greer and Tim Novak. Probably the best econ and finance major there are out there. But Tim's a weather boy too, so wouldn't you like to know that? You want to give us some
They call me
information?
Tornado Tim.
Tornado Tim. I love it. I love to hear it. So, I think like we're just two college guys in our room. We're gonna talk about sports. That's kind of what we do regularly. So let's get into it with our first story. I think the one everyone wants to hear about. Browns wide receiver got a personality to him. Odell Beckham Jr. traded from the Giants last year. You want to give a quick introduction to this story, Tim? I just introduced the man.
Okay.
Now to get to the myth.
So, no wonder OBJ wanted to trade, especially to the Browns after, discovering that he likes people to shit on him. I'll state it as frankly as that. Kind of weird. The news was broken on a podcast full of crazy ass women. So I don't even know if I can believe it. They've been talking about other sports players too about crazy stuff they do, but it's kind of hard story because I don't know. I could believe it, but at the same time, that's weird. Very strange. OBJ likes to be shat on.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we already thought we heard the craziest NFL drama story of the year. I mean, I don't even want to call this drama. This is just pure entertainment.
Oh, with Earl?
With Earl Thomas, I thought that was gonna be the craziest thing we'd hear in the NFL all year. I mean, you're naked in a bed with your brother, and your wife pulls up with a gun. All right, how do you top that? You can't until OBJ shows up. I can't fathom it. It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm the closest thing I can relate to is like the other year in the Olympics in Rio when Jimmy Butler and the U.S. men's team they ended up in a brothel, but that was just men making decisions for themselves. This is I it's unbelievable to me. I mean, I I just can't do anything but laugh. I mean, there's really nothing to say about it. I mean, where do you think this competes with Earl Thomas? This is worse, right?
So I think this thing about this story is Earl Thomas story we know is true. It's been proven. This is more of like
Do you think this is a legend? You think
a
this is a
folk
myth?
tale, maybe. And you know, I think if this does come out to be true, which I don't know if OBJ has put any comments on this, I think he's gonna have to address it.
Oh no,
He's either just gonna have to.
He has put out an
Yeah.
Instagram post. Public.
Do you have that? Can you pull that up?
Yep, I'll pull that up right now. It's a picture of him, of course, in the brown uniforms, because we know
No, no.
hot summer day. That brown uniform on it, right on the chest, it really warms him up.
Right.
But no, it's a post of him running in the ugly brown uniform. Of course, it says, "Can't knock me off my pivot." Dot dot dot. No matter what shit's thrown my way. It's not shit thrown on his way.
Oh, that's funny.
It's shit landing on his way. Like, that's the only way to explain it, dude. Only way.
I'm gonna say he addressed that pretty poorly. Then I think he could have come out with a clear statement that didn't have anything to do with fecal matter of that sort.
I know. I'm still conflicted with that. I feel like it's not clear at all. I think there's a gray area, certainly a brown area. So looks like, Tim, I can let you know that we do have a listener right now. That's very exciting. Our first listener.
Our very first listener. Let's go. Can we tell who that is?
They're on Twitter. Just tweeted at us. It's Lou, another member of the 12 Ounce Sports Network. So thankful to the 12 Ounce Sports Network for letting us get the show off the ground real quick. Started with just a dream last week, and we're already here. First show, 5 minutes in, 1/12 of the way, and I'm having a blast.
Could not agree more.
Exactly. Just, man. So, can you speak to, of course, letting the viewers know again, you're a freshman at Penn State, just as I'm a freshman at the University of Miami. Can you discuss what life on campus is like amid the COVID pandemic, especially with regards to athletics? I mean, as I understand, the Big Ten, they've suspended all athletic operations or just football?
No, it's so Big Ten right now. All the student athletes on campus are currently practicing, but there is no sports play. I would say the league as a whole, our conference as a whole, pretty terrible because they keep messing with us. They keep messing with our heads. Reports from like Barstool and a bunch of other places are saying that we might get sports back, Thanksgiving, but
Yeah.
I think that's a bunch of baloney. But they are practicing, and honestly, most of the talk around campus is hopefully people just want football to come back because there's not much to do on a Saturday.
Of course.
And people are kind of wanting football to come back in the spring, so you have a bunch of snow games. I know I would be looking forward to that because those are always, I think, the best games in my mind.
Yeah, of course.
But
how do you think this
Big Ten's
shapes
just
up
being cautious.
with like college football playoffs? Do you think it's fair to the other three Power Five conferences who are still going ahead? The Big 12, the Pac, or not the Pac-12, they pulled out too. So the Big 12, the SEC, and the ACC. Do you think like that's a reasonable kind of pool to draw for the playoffs, or do you think there's always going to be an asterisk on this season as like it's not real? I think Clemson gains the most from this. I think everyone in the Power Five conferences, I think they're glad they don't have to run into Ohio State this year.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I think I think that they would have taken it. I think this year, I mean, we'll see. Maybe Oklahoma can finally get out of that first round. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. I think Notre Dame, I think they really have a shot competing in ACC to get back into the playoffs, to push that championship.
Does Notre Dame actually have a shot, though? They always have a shot every year, and then they're always just overrated.
Look, but they're going to be competing against, I mean, of course, they play like they're independent or whatever, so they got their real schedule all the time. So it's going how it is. So I think they do. I think their real competition in the ACC is Clemson, which we all know that already. Miami's really on the rise. The year with COVID didn't help them. We have new quarterback transfer from, where is it? Houston in D'Eriq King, and I just think that I think Notre Dame's gonna wreak some havoc in the conference. I mean, we open our season Thursday at home. They're not letting students in, but there are fans, which is unbelievable considering Florida in the state of COVID right now. We just got down to under 2,000 cases a day.
Yeah, I think honestly, Clemson will gain a lot from this. Everything happening in COVID and the Power Five conferences not playing, but I still think it's going to be like a bubble situation where the games will be hard. I don't think anything's really going to come easy. Everyone's going to be fighting for stuff.
Yeah. I'm happy to let you know Mitch Bernstein is logged on.
Oh,
he is listening.
Big Mitch.
Big Mitch, always on. Love Service Network. Continuing it down here in Miami. Happy to have your support on the show, Mitch. I'll be listening to the burn later, of course. So, hope you're doing well. All right. So, next story I think we can get into real quick. Any last words on OBJ?
No.
All right.
I think it sums it up.
Let's get into like a real sports topic. Number 1 seed Novak getting defaulted for hitting a line judge. I think blown out of proportion.
What an idiot.
I think, look, like.
Well, did you see the video?
I saw the whole clip. I saw him apologize. I saw him help her up. I saw him speaking with the judges there, and of course it's a completely different what do I want to say culture of tennis. Like
Yeah,
you look at the NFL, people will run into like the photographers and stuff like after scoring a touchdown because they just can't stop. It was a complete accident. Like there's nothing you could do about that.
yeah. I would.
It's a competition. You put heart into it. So if something doesn't go your way, you throw a small fit, and it was wrong place, wrong time. I think that the default is.
I can agree with that. I think it is a bit weird. I think it just happened by accident, but I do think it's a bit weird that in the video you can see Novak is looking over there the whole time at like the judge, and then just like hits it over. But it seemed like he wasn't doing it maliciously. He just seemed like he was just more mad in that time.
Yeah,
Like
I
he
mean,
would have hit the ball over there anyways.
yeah, you
Just
have to be
he
mad.
hit it hard.
You're a competitor. It's COVID. It's your only competition that you got, and your number one seed. I mean,
Yeah,
everyone's-
and what was the score? There was a score before that. I don't know if it was either that match I was watching or another match that a top seed was actually losing in. It could have actually been him.
Yeah, no. He was serving at 5 for 5 in the opening set, and that's when it all went downhill. Um, he was really frustrated. Walked to the baseline after hit the ball, barely hard to left corner,
Yeah.
and just it struck the umpire, line judge in the neck, and that like they said there was an option too in the rule book or whatever. So like they didn't have to.
Which was
I don't recall it exactly. I should have known this, but the judges said that there was like some. I don't know. It's a mess. I mean, he's losing all ranking points in the U.S. Open. Um, yeah, he's fined prize money. He's just missing out.
yeah, but
on a lot of that.
if you look, if he had prize money at that level, losing that doesn't really matter because if you look at his prize money this year, he's already won like $4 million. And the dude he was playing was won like 800,000, which is still a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like he's giving to charity.
of course. Always fun to give back. Always good to give back. All right.
That rest of the bracket should be interesting though. That there aren't really any top seeds left in it. I mean, right now there's a match going on in the third set of. I'm not even going to try and pronounce those names because tennis names are hard. But it's between the 5th and the 27th ranked person. And currently it's tied 1-1 sets, and the 27th ranked is 1 game up.
Yeah, who do you
But
think
the
takes
rest
it
of
all?
that tournament, I don't know. I usually follow Wimbledon and such, and I haven't followed the U.S. Open as much this year. But I would honestly go with Coric, which is the person that's playing the 5th seed right now. Because it's usually only ever like Federer or like Djokovic that win it, or it's just like some random player that just like comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I think.
But it easily could be anyone within this bracket that's left because everything is pretty close.
Yeah, I think it's completely opened up to really just whoever competes the hardest. So, getting into that, any final thoughts you want to move on?
No.
All right. Well, for anyone listening right now, I like to describe this podcast as being as controversial in sports as Ben Shapiro, as influential and inspiring as Joe Rogan, and of course, sometimes a little bit more annoying than Call Her Daddy. So, I think that's the best way to describe us. I mean, this is kind of all we do. But moving into it, I am not liking the way that the NBA is shaking up right now. I think
So
I do. As a, I can say I'm so happy Brett Brown is gone out of Philly.
holy, Brett Brown was a terrible coach.
We can agree. No, I want to give him some credit. He pulled us
I
through
will.
the process, but the process didn't work right. I'm finally saying it now. I trusted the process the whole time until this.
I trusted the process, but here's the thing, right? What was Brett Brown doing? Like, was he bringing in the players? No, like he was just
Elton
giving
Brand.
the players, and he had to deal with it. Yeah, I don't honestly like. I think Brett Brown should deserve credit, and I think he also is a terrible coach at the same time. He doesn't call timeouts when he needs to. He doesn't put in like certain lineups when he needs to. But the fact that the Sixers had no shooters around them and their team couldn't even work together, I think that's all an Elton Brand.
Yeah, no, I think that is too. But I think last season the way he put together Jimmy Butler, brought in Tobias Harris to fill in that like 3-4 kind of spot. I think that lineup worked, and I think I got to give credit to Elton Brand for doing that. So I can't say I want to get rid of him. I think it's Brett Brown. He could never implement a pick and roll offense, which is like that's the simplest thing to do. Get someone in, feed it out, do whatever.
Maybe
it's really just came down to the way he managed a game. I mean, you let a team go on a 19-2 run every game, and you don't call a timeout, but you call a timeout once you hit 2 threes in a row. Like you got the hot hand. Then no, that's not cool. But getting back to what I was saying about how the NBA is shaking out right now. Look, I don't want to see Celtics Heat. I can't see Jimmy Butler succeed after leaving us, and I don't want to see the Celtics win either.
I don't know. The Celtics are
and the
hot.
Raptors too. After the the 4 bounce thing, I don't.
Yeah.
It's just I gotta see the West win. I'll just go Team LeBron anytime. Go Lakers.
Yeah, I'm actually behind a Sixers fan. I'm actually discovered I'm a pretty big Nuggets fan.
No.
I like their young base of players. I thought Porter Jr. was a crazy pick a couple of years ago in the draft. The fact that he fall down to the 14th spot is wild to me. And did you see his dunk last night?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he committed murder.
Yeah, no.
Last night.
No, I like him as a young emerging talent. I think.
Especially Murray too.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot of young talent on that team, which I'm really excited for. It reminds me of a Sixers team that's just better coached. So that's my liking of them. But back to that whole Heat Celtics thing. Before both of those series went underway, I actually didn't think that the Heat or the Celtics would be up. I was pretty positive that no team was going to beat the Raptors. I'm still positive no team can beat the Raptors 4 times in a single series. And I'll stand by that because now it's 2-2.
3-2. 3-2.
Oh, it's 3-2. I didn't know. So, yeah, I lost on that. But even the Heat, I think that the Bucks have such a stacked team that the fact that the Heat are just destroying them is crazy. But they're all really close games too. That's the other thing about the Heat, except for the one game in I think the beginning of the series.
I don't think Giannis is playing this next game. I think that's
his injury is too bad, right? Yeah, his ankle injury.
Let me double check on that, but I think he's sitting out.
I don't think they've ruled him out though, have they?
No, but I don't think it's looking.
I think it's definitely going to be a game time decision.
Yeah. I mean, they just have to. Yeah, it's a waiting game. It is a game time decision, and I think that the Heat's going to come out. They just want to end it, get in a few extra days before their next series. Those days off in the bubble, which, I'm not sure how useful that is, but everyone, I think, they all want to win the championship, but they all want to get the hell out of that bubble. None of them like it there.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I think they dealt with a lot of mental problems too because they couldn't see their families until now. Yeah, I think it's kind of I agree with the Nuggets coach too that it's a crime that the coaches can't even see their families.
Yeah, they're allowing a few extra friends and family members in starting during the conference finals, but they have to wait till that.
So
and even then, there's the wait with testing and quarantining. So
yeah, so
it's a matter
Westbrook
of
can yell at a few more babies.
you know what?
He had
He's
a terrible
personality.
game.
He's a personality.
He is.
He's got to do his things.
I mean, it's his only way to score points, really. Because when he's not doing that, he's going like what 2 for 9, or no? It was his stat line the other night was absolutely terrible.
You're talking about Game 7?
Yeah.
Or no?
No. Westbrook on game
Westbrook on
game 2.
Yeah.
It just looked like he was literally looked like he was the baby, like running around, just doing absolute nonsense. It's almost as bad as watching the Sixers.
I can agree with that for sure. I think, yeah, I think we're all tired of COVID. We want real sports. We want fans in the stands. And as you're saying, with the families and everything, I think that's the biggest issue following them, along with all the social justice movements continuing with power in the United States. It's just rough. I mean, looking at the boycotts the other week of the games, I thought that was going to be the season. I thought it was over.
I really did too. I'm kind of surprised because the fact that they had no plan after they did that, really, like it kind of just put like a general like mass of people, it just made them mad because there was no sports on again. But I think they would have made a bigger impact not even playing. But that's not what
happened.
That's not what people wanted.
I mean,
that's not what happened or what people wanted.
I feel like LeBron was really he's still trying to cement his legacy as the GOAT. I'm going to say it. LeBron is the GOAT. He's better than Jordan. That's true. But I think he needed this
But I agree with that.
I think he needs this season for himself to really win this championship and really cement himself in that position. And I think that's what really struck me, really, when he boycotted the game and he was one of the leading voices in that. Because, of course, I mean, he needs this for his career, but he knows this is bigger than basketball.
Oh, 100%. Also, the fact that if he wins this, he's like solidifying himself. Literally, like he's 35 years old, averaging over 20 points a game, and he's the league leader in assists. The fact that he's doing that at 35 years old, and if he can win a championship, I don't even think it matters that he lost 4 or 5 other championships. He has 4 rings and went to 4 other championships. That's absurd. That's madness.
No,
Jordan didn't do that.
If you want to see where Michael Jordan is better than LeBron, compare their college stats.
Big fact.
Stats. The only place you'll see that. Only place you'll see.
I mean, my man LeBron never missed a shot in college though. So.
Yep. He did not. That's true. It's true. He didn't. So, moving forward, you want to get into some NFL projections and predictions?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Right.
This is what I've been waiting for.
First,
okay.
What do you think of any remaining top free agents? I mean, we saw Jadeveon Clowney sign earlier this week. So what do you think? We still got
that Leonard Fournette.
That, dude, it's a cheat code. The Bucs are a cheat code. I'm sorry. NFC, it doesn't matter if there's 7 teams in the conference making the playoffs now. If you have to go to the Bucs, you're tough luck.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Bucs could easily turn out just like the Browns last year. I think 100% they have a better QB. But I also feel like a team like that could also just crumble.
But they have this stability in coaching that the Browns didn't. The Browns had a stacked roster.
True. They have a terrible coaching.
Yeah.
You're right on that one.
Mhm. But so for NFC, so two big safeties. Where do you think you see them landing? So we got Clinton Dix and we got Earl Thomas. I think is a really interesting fit. I think that he can fit in anywhere. I think it's weird that he can't find a long-term deal anywhere. I think he's a really good value for what he is. I don't think he's big contract worthy, but I think he's definitely worthy of a 2-year contract anywhere, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would say he's one of the better safeties in the league. He's kind of proved himself to be that. Thus far, I don't really know why he hasn't been signed. Probably just because of the long-term deal, and he wants a little bit more money. But I think once the season, like, I think this next week, someone's going to get injured. There's going to be some game that happens. Someone's going to get injured. A team's going to sign him to not as much money, but like a good amount of money for just a year. Because after this year, I don't know, like free agency, everything is kind of messed up because of COVID. And I think after this year, he'll find himself a home, especially with what's the other cornerback or the safety?
Earl Thomas is still in the market.
Yeah. I don't know. And Earl Thomas is he's just a weird person to have now, just because that whole thing. He punched his teammate, right?
In practice. Yeah, and he already had his he's already had an off-field and on-field issue in 1 year. I think it's pretty interesting. But
I think he'll find himself at a place where he earns vet minimum.
You think really that little? I mean, Antonio Brown.
Well, here's
with all his issues.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I was a team and I was like looking at Earl Thomas, I'd be like, yeah, he's a good player, but also his wife held him at gunpoint, and he also just had troubles with his team, like a team that was like I thought had pretty good chemistry. Yeah, 14-2. Like you can't have a team go that well and not like people are like buddies on that team. But the fact that he punched someone, I don't know. What does that show?
Yeah.
And it's not even, I don't even know if the punching thing is like if he just got completely pissed off at someone or if it's like a winning mentality thing, or I don't know. But I think it's a different presence in the locker room than what like Jimmy Butler brings. Butler brings like toughness and like wanting to win, and doesn't take shit. But Earl just kind of punch someone. Those are two different kind of locker room ideals.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean with that. So going over some QB battles that happened this season. You know, I'm happy to see Tyrod Taylor out in the AFC West getting his shot with the Chargers over their rookie Justin Herbert. I think Tyrod Taylor has been overlooked. I mean, last time we've seen him start, he won his division, or not won the division. He got the wild card spot with the Bills in 2017. Fortunately, let's see, they lost that first wild card round, but I think I think Chargers, they have a stacked roster. They're going to be carried by their defense, but I mean, no fans doesn't really change anything for them, and they all mesh well.
Well, the Chargers safety just got hurt too. What's his name? But I think they'll be a pretty solid team. I mean, COVID doesn't really affect them because they had no fan base anyways. But
I think
so now they're on the advantage.
The AFC West, with the exception of the Raiders, is the most competitive division right now. Drew Lock and the Broncos, they can work hard, and then I don't really. Do you think the Chiefs have another like really strong year in them? I mean, they still brought all their key pieces back, but Denver was getting rolling last year.
I mean, I still think the Chiefs own that division, but I just don't think you should overlook Denver. I think they're just one of those teams that can like pop off for no reason. Like whenever like Fitzmagic has one of those types of games, like they're just one of those teams. So I think that division will be interesting, but I think the Chiefs have it in the bag. But for sure, I don't think the Chiefs are going to amount to anything this year.
Why
I
is
think
that? You
Mahomes
wanna
is
get
just
a-
I just think Mahomes is good in crunch time. I don't think I mean, obviously people would argue with me
I
saying
mean,
he's way better,
crunch.
but I've
They overcame a deficit.
yeah. But what
in
did he
every-
what did he
every
yeah
playoff
in crunch time
dude,
he's good.
No.
Okay, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. What
That
was
was
the score
crunch
before the
time?
fourth quarter? That
It
was crunch
20 to
time.
10. It was 20-10. No, listen to me.
It
When
was
they played the
oh,
Texans in the divisional round. When they played the Texans in the divisional round, dude, they were down. What was it? 24-3.
with how much time left?
Like that was like the second quarter.
Fuck. I'll agree with that. You got me on that one.
No, I think Mahomes' biggest weakness is he ran a 4.8. He runs a 4.8. He's a little
Yeah, but
slow.
he doesn't even look that unathletic when he's on the field. Like he knows what he's doing.
That's like his really only weakness. And I mean, it hasn't really been a weak spot for him so far. So I think that division's going to go 12-4 Chiefs, 10-6 Broncos. Raiders are going to be
Really, 10-6 Broncos.
10-6 Broncos. The worst team.
You think KJ Hamler is going to pop off?
Of course. And then worst team is in that AFC West it's the Raiders. They're a 6-win team max. They just they just traded someone they drafted in the third round that this year hasn't played the NFL snap yet. They just traded him for a fourth round after picking up for the third.
Well, that makes literally no sense.
They have no roster management.
What position was he?
I think he was a receiver. Let me double check. But
I mean, Ruggs could go off.
Because
now they got kind of a backfield with Jacobs, and then they got Ruggs on the whatever at wide.
Do you think Derek Carr is good enough to dish it to him?
I don't. I really don't. There's a whole group of QBs in my head in the league that are like in the Derek Carr like bubble. That's like Derek Carr, Mitch Trubisky, all those QBs. You might even put Nick Foles in that. I'm really sorry to say Nick Foles, but he's like in that bubble right now. He needs to prove himself again at the
I'm glad you
Bears.
bring that up. I want to hop into the NFC North next. I think we got the Vikings winning that division. I'm going to say
they're always a solid bet.
Kirk Cousins got his extension. I mean, they won in the wild card last year. I mean, it's questionable whether that was pass interference or not. I'm sorry, Saints fans. But with that said, no, I think Vikings got that division. I mean, they lost Stephon Diggs. They still feel him. That's fine. And, all right, the Bears are a mess. Honestly, I think it's a joke.
Bears keep losing defensive pieces, I feel like. Just like little pieces.
Their QB battle. Come on, you really think Trubisky is better than Foles?
Oh,
no.
He's not better than Big Dick Nick. Not a chance.
No, yeah. Saint Nick, Big Dick Nick. However you want to say it. Look, Nick Foles, Tyrann Mathieu said it perfectly. Nick Foles has the most unmatched deep ball. Nick Foles can throw it downfield better than anyone else. Whether he always makes that throw, like sees it, maybe not. But if he does throw it downfield, it's getting there. To Aguilar, caught. To Torrey Smith, caught. I mean, he's throwing it downfield. And he had a 7-touchdown game. You can't count that out. Record, 27-2 TD interception ratio. He didn't even start that whole season and he won 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, I know, and he got hurt towards the end of it too.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you just said Aguilar caught, because I remember that exact catch. I think we were at that game together.
Versus the Texans.
Yeah, and then he like went and caught it, and then just like started doing that like walking back for it, and it fell like Deshaun Jackson before Deshaun Jackson was back. But that's not a familiar sentence to say. Aguilar caught.
I know, it's usually.
Oh, that's who the Raiders have. The Raiders signed Aguilar.
Did sign
on Fedman, yeah.
For the veteran minimum.
That's that could be a snag. If he goes off, that's a snag. But
look, I just don't understand it. He's average in the slot, and if you can get him deep, then I mean, it's a miracle.
Yeah. I don't know. His only attribute is speed.
Yeah.
That's his only thing. Him and being shiftiness and speed.
Oh yeah, no spin moves. His spin moves are nasty.
Oh yeah. Every time I would see them, I'd be like, oh god.
All right.
I'd be having myself a day.
Getting into it, what are your division NFC North predictions? First to last.
So basically NFC North. I don't know. Could Green Bay? I feel like Green Bay is not going to do anything, except that I also feel like they have weird years. They always do kind of decent.
Well, I don't understand Jordan Love in the first round. I still can't.
No, I can't understand that either.
I've been thinking about it.
I feel like they could have gotten him later.
Yeah, because no one else was looking for a QB. I mean,
it was almost as dumb as drafting a QB in the first round of fantasy. It made literally no sense. I can't really see. I mean, the only reason I can see them drafting him is just so Rodgers can like groom him to be like a QB, like a better QB.
But Rodgers doesn't want that. His ego.
Yeah, Rodgers. Yeah. He doesn't want to be pushed out yet. But Detroit is always gonna be terrible. I don't even know how to say that. Matthew Stafford, love that guy.
Oh yeah, I love him. Toughest QB in the league.
But he has just wasted his talents at Detroit for the past however many years he's been there. I don't know. I see it going Minnesota, Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit. But Chicago will probably have around like 7-6 wins this year. Maybe. I would, if the over under was 8, I would take under.
No, I see that. Completely likely possibility.
But did you see I was talking to this about my friends the other day. So Josh Rosen picked up for the Bucs practice squad.
I predicted that when the Bucs got Brady. I said Josh Rosen is going to go play behind Tom Brady. They're unathletic, but they can throw a ball.
Yeah, I think Josh Rosen is actually a pretty decent QB that's been put in some pretty terrible situations. There's literally, I've watched like highlights, and all of his highlights is just like him throwing dimes and then the receivers just dropping it or just getting clapped.
He's not a Brady prototype. I don't want to disrespect. That's a disrespecting Brady.
No,
that's disrespecting Brady.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Similar style, sit in the pocket, and put it where it needs to be.
I do think Josh Rosen was drafted 10th for a reason too, and I think if he's learning from Brady, that's just gonna be a complete game changer.
Yeah. No.
Because he doesn't have to worry about playing. He just has to worry about like practicing and getting better.
Yeah.
And I think that might be really good for like his mental health and just like development as a whole.
Yeah, no. He just got put in a terrible situation. I mean, you go to the Cardinals to back up Sam Bradford. Yeah, exactly. Here's Sam Bradford. I'm surprised there's not.
He's made bank though.
I know.
Sam Bradford's made bank.
I don't know how there's not like an arrest warrant for him for like robbery. He literally, what's his career earnings? $137 million. for being trash.
Yeah, and how many touchdowns has he even thrown?
Dude, total touchdowns. Dude, I couldn't even tell you. He's 32. Somehow he's still that young. Oh my god. So just under 20,000, 500 under 20,000 yards. Completion percentage 62. And total touchdowns. I mean, total touchdowns. 103. But when you get that many years in the league, like you're a few. Like
he's a total net worth of 70 mil. Nope. Now Forbes 2018 article said Sam Bradford has earned 129 million.
Yeah, 129. What did I say? 137. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah. That's absurd for a guy that hasn't done anything. Getting drafted number 1 overall, hurting himself, getting paid, hurting himself, getting paid. I mean, he's figured out the system.
I'd say so myself.
I would want that agent. I think every person in the NFL should want to go for that agent.
For real. He just got put on the desperate teams. All right, let's shake it up. Move over. AFC West. Tom Brady's out. I think it's the Bills division. Josh Allen's still not the most accurate, but he can beat you on the ground and with his arm when needed. He has a new weapon in Stephon Diggs. Frank Gore is gone. Doesn't matter. Their defense is locked down with Tre'Davious White. What do you see? Do you think Sam Darnold can make that leap and kind of carry the Jets to compete with the Bills? Or do you think...
Oh, no. I think
Hold up. We're having some issues right now. Tim is on
Seth,
with Zoom
what's
right now.
the receiver?
What's your question? Sorry.
The old... Yeah, so Darnold just...
If anyone's listening at home, I'm sorry. My Zoom just kind of cut out. That's kind of 2020 life right now. But the question is if Sam Darnold can step up, elevate his game to carry the Jets to compete in the AFC East. I mean, it's kind of wide open with the exit of Brady. We see Cam Newton up in New England, but we really don't know what he's capable of. I think Cam gets 3 Sundays a year where he's the best quarterback on that day. But he's not the best quarterback in the league. He gets 3 Sundays where he's the best. So, I mean, we see Fitzmagic.
I can see that.
Starting down there. So, starting down in Miami where I'm at. So, what do you think, Tim? Whose division?
What up? I think it's the Bills, easily. I think when you put the Patriots, everything the Patriots have left, because I think how many of their players have opted out? 5 of them.
They've had the most with 8 in New England.
Yeah, and a lot of them are defensive players. They've had defensive losses in Van Noy and their other defensive end. And somehow I'm pretty sure that the Dolphins just keep picking up these players. But I don't think the Patriots are going to do anything defensively. But I think offensively they might have a few good games. Going back to the Jets, though, I don't think Darnold's going to make that much of a leap. I mean, who are his receivers now? He lost
Robbie Anderson.
Roberson. Yeah, he lost Robbie Anderson, who was I never really noticed him. I saw some highlights from him through high school, and I'm like, wow, but that's the only notable guy they have except for Le'Veon.
Let's see. They currently have Chris Hogan, and they picked up Denzel Mims in the 2nd round.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to prove himself though. I don't know. I feel like...
Oh, I completely forgot about this. Honestly, I see some hope for Sam Darnold. I completely forgot about this. I was going to say Josh Allen, but dude, who started the 2018 season for the Ravens before Lamar?
Flacco?
Correct. What happened the next year? Lamar went off.
Oh, yeah.
Who went to the Broncos to teach Drew Lock? Flacco. Who is behind Sam Darnold?
Screw Flacco though, dude. Are you kidding me?
Who is behind Sam Darnold right now?
I don't care if it's
It's Joe
Flacco.
Flacco breeds new.
Flacco's
young
not doing
quarterbacks.
anything. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He was there for a year.
Exactly. He got Lamar Jackson where he needs to be, and he got Drew Lock to where he needs to be.
I would not agree that he got Lamar where he needs to be. And Lamar, when he was in that playoff game, he was terrible. What did he do? What did Joe Flacco do?
I think.
What did Joe Flacco do to help out someone?
He told him how to be a
I want tangible facts.
Dude,
What did he do? Absolute jack shit, bro.
All right, you called me.
You have
all
to
right.
be.
I'm a lot like Max Kellerman right now. All right, I don't know shit. I don't know shit. I'm like the Max Kellerman of 12-ounce sports.
Oh, yeah. That's so funny. I like that bold take, though. You should keep telling people that.
Dude, high takes for real. It's Joe Flacco.
It's
Joe
true.
Flacco effect. He's gonna underrated. He's elite.
I do think he could
In the
be
playoffs.
on a team, though.
Flacco.
In the playoffs. Well, yeah, I do think Flacco could start on a really. I think Flacco could be like on Miami over Fitzmagic. I don't think Flacco deserves to be on like a great team and starting on a great team because he's getting a little older. But I think he either needs to make a decision for himself whether to be like the mentor you're trying to say he was to all these players and like stay in a system to teach them, or like go and make money somewhere else.
Of course.
Because that's like I would hate that. It's like such an ego hit. If you're a starting QB, you've won a Super Bowl, and then all of a sudden, like, now you're just a second string.
Yeah. Well, if Sam Darnold goes off, you heard it here first. I have a recording of it. It's live on the
Yeah.
Just wait.
I hope he does now.
Just wait. That's when
I just want the league to be competitive.
For real. I know. Can we, you want to save it for last, or do you want to hop into the NFC East?
Oh no. Let's
What
do you want me to say about the NFC East? I'm gonna say Rager's going off for like, I don't know. What did whatever Metcalf's numbers last year were, I think Rager's gonna go above them. I think that. I think with Jeffrey being hurt.
I'm confused. Are they shopping him or not?
No, so they are shopping him.
Conflicting reports every day, and I think it would be a joke to get rid of him right now. I think.
Yeah, no, it's just his contract and injuries. Yeah.
But if they keep Jeffries, the Eagles will have the nastiest red zone offense.
Oh, 100%.
Goddard, Ertz, Jeffrey in the red zone, they're catching a touchdown every time.
Especially if you put JJ Arcega-Whiteside, if he like made that hop this offseason to improve and he can be a real threat, I think he can come in and destroy people.
Yeah. About the Washington football team. There's nothing to say about them except they're trash.
Bro, I was on ESPN and I'm like going through like just like the games and I'm just like, wow, okay. What is it? You got them and then I was like, okay, Texans, Chiefs Thursday. And I'm like going through the rest of the game. And I'm like, Eagles, Washington. That just looks weird. I don't know. I don't think Washington's going to amount to anything this year. Like they never amount to anything, which is why they need to bring back RG3 in my mind.
RG3?
I say they bring back RG3. That's my high take on the day.
That is a high take, but I like it.
I love RG3.
Oh,
I think he got so screwed over with his injuries.
No, I think he's like a Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Kind of like that slim.
No, for sure.
Can get hit and not really take it that much. But
I don't know. I'm looking at
You think?
I think Carson Wentz is poised to have another good season. I don't know about you.
I think 35 touchdowns. I think so.
I might even go like 40.
No,
I might go that high.
I mean, if we're lucky, we'll see Josh McCown step in.
Oh, I was actually so happy when I saw that report saying they signed him.
What his contract is like?
Oh yeah, he's getting like 16,000 a week or something.
12,000 a week. He doesn't even have to go to camp. He's
just there.
He sits at home in Texas.
Yeah,
and he just zooms. He zooms in.
Like that's got to be like such a good job. I feel like that could be like a. I don't know how many QBs you can do that with, or if you would even want to do that with QBs for teams moving forward. But I thought that was a funny report. I also think it's good that we signed him back.
I think he'll be a coach.
I think he's a good mentor.
I think I
think he'll be a coach of the Eagles.
Like they don't have an offensive coordinator right now. I don't know why they haven't made it just Deuce Staley. It baffles me. They're going with like their committee thing. I don't know. It's weird, but we'll see how that works out. Cowboys. What do you think? I don't think Dak. I think we're going to see what Dak really is, which is overrated. He's not going to get a big contract. That's it.
I think he's going to be kicked out of the system. I think who they signed? They signed Dalton. Yeah. I think halfway through the year. Yeah, I think as soon as the Cowboys start playing actual teams and not BS teams like they do in the every beginning of the year, and just are like, oh, this is our year, over and over and over again, bro. Like Dalton's gonna come in and like lead them, and it'll be on a good team. And that's when I get scared. That's when I get scared is when Dalton comes in. I could care less about Dak.
Yeah, no, Dalton, he's always had his like safety blanket in AJ Green, but now I want to see him play. I don't think he's going to play. I think they're just going to accept that Dak's playing under a new system with McCarthy. But the weapons on their team, they added CeeDee Lamb.
Because now they have what? They have CeeDee Lamb. They have Zeke. They have what's his name? Alabama wide receiver from like years ago.
Cooper.
He was on the Raiders. Yeah, Cooper.
Amari Cooper.
They always have they have Allen Hurns too, who's low key good.
And Zeke will get you 4 yards whenever you need it.
Yeah. And he'll act like he's eating his Cheerios over and over again, like he's a baby, even though he gained 1 yard.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of the Cowboys. I don't think the Eagles are scared of them either. I see them as. I see the Eagles going like 11 and 5, 10 and 6. Yeah, somewhere around there. But definitely, I think if we were to go like 10 and 6, we would still be ahead of like the Cowboys, who would go like 8 and 8 or 9 and 7.
Do you think the Giants affect the division at all? I don't think so.
Danny Dimes isn't going to do anything now.
Danny Dimes. I mean, Saquon's carrying them.
Yeah, Saquon's always been carrying that team. But I mean, did the Giants get anyone like notable really?
I'm trying to think. Quarterback who was had the armed robbery.
Oh yeah. No, but you know who I'm afraid of though in our league, in our conference division?
Sterling Shepard?
No. Dang, why am I forgetting his name? From Ohio State, the defensive end.
Oh, Chase Young.
Yeah, dude, Chase Young is. I went over him, but oh my god,
No, 'cause
He's a scary man, dude.
I think so, but they're going to have to tell him to stop a running back or stop the passer, and it can't be both.
I mean, you tell what's his name, the white bull Kerrigan to go for the runner, and you tell Chase Young to go for the QB, and it's boom.
Nah, that's fair.
And you would hope that the ball doesn't get thrown out of Wentz's hands for a completion, because they literally have no other D. Josh Norman is a bum, as always.
Yeah. Well, I think it's gonna be interesting. I think that this show was fun today. We got 5 minutes left on air. Any closing?
It went by
words?
quick.
I think it has a lot of fun. I think definitely just first show. I think it was good that we didn't have any dead air time. I think we can manage our time better later. I think. I don't really think anyone's listening right now. If you are, you can see our Twitter at @hightakes_. Underscore is hard to see, but that's what it is. Give us feedback if you want to. Always appreciative of it. So we're here live from Miami, live from Penn State. Your hosts, Ben Greer and Tim Novak. That's it for now. Tim, any words?
It's been nice. I'll see you next week on High Takes.
Of course. All right. I'll see you, man. Talk to you later. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.